The hook of this game is that it is a player versus monster shooter game with an advanced weapon system. In this game, players will be able to use futuristic technology to use their own weapons from parts they collect, adding on mods to these weapons for various results in the weapons you give for your player. Players will be able to roam within areas filled with monsters and people to protect in order to gain money and experience. This game will be a first-person game and include a HUD to display an ammo count, a health meter, and a level up gauge. While in the field, players will be able to see their gun, as in other shooters, with the ability to use scopes to zoom in even further with their weapons. While in the hub, players won't be able to see their gun, as it will be holstered. This game will be taking place in a post-apocalyptic Earth, so the areas will be darkened with crumbled remains of buildings around them. There won't be many lights in this game, however the sun will always give off the appearance of dawn. The actions the players will be taking include firing their weapon at monsters, using their different scopes to survey the land before advancing, moving throughout the area in search of people to save and monsters to hunt while taking cover from these monsters, and returning to the hub in order to purchase new weapons and ammo. The player's goal in this game will be to defeat the queen monsters in each of the areas, unlocking a new one after completing the previous area. The players will fight to save humanity from creatures who have taken over the land. Players will be given missions from the hub that will take them to specific areas to do things such as hunt monsters, destroy nests, rescue survivors, and kill queen monsters. Each area has a tougher queen than the last, so players will have to level themselves up to gain better weapons in order to kill all the queen monsters and complete the game. Rules in this game are similar to most first-person shooters. Players will only have a limited amount of ammo, but will have an unlimited melee weapon that can be changed with better ones and mods as the players level up their melee skill tree. Weapons will have a level requirement that the players will have to meet before being able to equip. The enemies in this game will be different races of monsters that will have three classes. Mobs, who are the weaker monsters and spawn very frequently with an average reward of experience given for killing it. Lower tier bosses, a strong breed of monsters, who will take a bit of skill to defeat. They only spawn in specific areas and not as frequently as the mobs. And monster queens, which only have one per area and are increasingly difficult to kill based on the area the player is in. They are the largest of the monsters and rewards the players with a large amount of experience and a weapon or armor drop. The enemies will use mainly melee weapons for attacks, such as their claws, their teeth, bodies, etc. And stronger monsters, like all of the queens and some of the lower tier boss, will have ranged weapons that the players will have to dodge out of. Decisions the player will have to be making in the games are whether to start off with a submachine gun, a shotgun, or a sniper rifle, receiving a handgun as a secondary weapon with each choice, which weapon they want to use their money to buy as they progress and get a better feel for which weapon they prefer to use, what to spend their skill points on between the trees, more on the trees later, and which armors they want to purchase and equip based on their defense stats, the cost, the movement increase or decrease of it. This game can be compared to Call of Duty for its combat style, the fluid gun-based firefight. However, it differs due to its lack of return fire, which is replaced by attacks from the monsters. It can also be compared to Monster Hunter based on the free roam style of game and the different types of monsters present in the game, yet differs by its smaller, more limited areas that the player can traverse in. Finally, it can be compared to The Division for its use of a central hub for the player to rest in, but differs from the use of the third-person view. This game will feature a leveling up system where the players can level up and unlock perks from the skill tree to add abilities and upgrades that they can use. The skill tree will consist of three main branches. The gun tree, which will have different gun-based abilities to help the player deal more damage with their ranged weapons. The melee tree, which allows players to wield and craft stronger melee weapons with better modifications on them. The upgrade tree, which will grant the players various passive abilities to help them maneuver in the dangerous world. Players will be able to unlock all of the skills by the time they hit the level cap of 30, but they need to purchase their skills based on how they play and what they feel they need most at the moment. Some of the risks included in making this game are not being able to make multiple areas that the player can access and traverse. We can fix this by making the game semi-linear, such as in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, while maintaining the hub as a place players can go in between levels. Another would be not being able to make a proper melee creation system. To fix this, we can create presets for different areas of the weapon with non-visible add-ons that the player can equip in order to give the appearance of a custom created weapon. And finally, struggling to create the animations for the monsters. I have been able to locate several video tutorials that can teach people step by step how to create animations for non-human monsters. It's very easy to find and can be shown to whoever needs them by me. Thank you for watching.